Okay, and here I am at the Riverview campsite. I am at the end of the road miles, and from now on it's River and Katy Trail. And they call this Riverview Campground because of that. So that is the Osage River. And it's actually moving along a little better than I expected, which is good. Means I might make, 4 miles an hour. I got 76 miles on this, so I can maybe do that in 2 days, 3 days. And there's the boat launch that I'll be going down tomorrow. Okay, I just launched on the Osage River. It's got a little bit of a current, maybe a mile, 2 miles an hour. I'm adding another probably 2 to it. I'm going to try to search out the current. Ride the current as much as possible. As hard as the last couple days have been, I think I'm seriously considering just taking it really easy today. But the pedaling level I'm doing right now, I mean, it's not stressful. This is like you're taking a slow walk somewhere. Well, show the shore over there, show you my speed. That's a couple miles an hour, probably 3, maybe 4. Got 76 miles on this river. If I can do 4 miles an hour down this, I'll make that in 2 days. Well, here's another interesting phenomenon I've discovered. If I quit pedaling, I drift backwards. The paddles on the paddle boats provide enough drag that they pull the nose around, and the nose becomes the rear. Good thing I have rear view mirrors, so I can drift backwards if I want to just drift, which I'm going to do some of today to just give myself a break from yesterday. And so but I'm just drifting speed. I'm cruising along pretty good here. I found the current. I'm doing 2-3 miles an hour without doing anything. When I turn around, I'm doing 4 or 5. Here's the great thing about being on the river is you can just sit here and you're still moving. You get yourself in the current, usually on the outside of the bend, and you just drift. Broke the oars out a little bit, the paddles, just play around with them a little bit. Give my legs a break, my arms a workout. But this is just sitting here. And as long as you can keep in a current, you just keep moving. So I'm figuring on about 20 to 25 hours on the water to get to the Missouri River. So we're talking 3 days maybe, and it might be faster than that. We'll see. Just taking a little sandbar break. And speaking of brakes, I started seeing parts in the bottom of the boat, screws and stuff, and then a spring. And I'm like, what in the world is this from? And turns out the spring mechanism on my right brake handle had come apart. Good thing that didn't happen while I was on the road. Anyway, this is the Osage still. I've been going 3 or 4 hours. See, like right through here, the current is pretty strong. That's good. I like that. Anyway, just taking a little break in the shade. It's a little hot out there. Again today in the mid-90s, but okay, this is my stealth camping site for last night. This is my first day on the river. I think I made about 20 miles or so. Pulled the rig up here last night. The water was actually farther up, but they were releasing yesterday, and so I was worried about it coming up, so I got about 4 feet above the water line. I'm now close to about 6, so they have stopped releasing water. The river has slowed down, which means I'm not going to make the time today that I made yesterday, but I am getting a much earlier start. This is where I camped. You can see my tent just laying over there. I just found a little flat spot. Tied the boat to that tree right there. In case the water came up, it'd pick up the boat first. I'd hear it moving around and wake me up, and then I could retreat. There's a field off to my left, and I could have got out of there. So I just left the St. Elizabeth boat access, pulled in there. I was out of water. I was considering boiling river water. Met up a couple of fishermen. They had a cooler. They were done with a 3-day trip. Had a cooler full of ice water, a couple of sodas, and a beer. I'm all loaded up again, and that was a really nice find.
Quick funny story. As I approached this ramp, all I saw at first was two guys with long knives and a piece of plywood covered in blood. I was like, nope, nope, nope. Started to veer off. Then I saw the bucket with fishing poles and realized what I was looking at was some fishermen cleaning the day's catch. These guys were great. They hooked me up.
So I'm stopping at a Sandbar for lunch, thinking crackers and tuna fish. By the railroad car junkyard, graveyard, whatever. I'm assuming there's a railroad track around here somewhere that there might have been a wreck, or somebody pulled these in and then the water eroded around it. Anyway, still in the Osage. This is day 2 on the river. Lunch break. Not making very good time. They apparently quit releasing water. It looks like there's a good current out there right now, but I get that for 100 yards, then it dies, and I go into slack water. So I'm not making very good time at all today. Just found out that my one of my brakes is actually dragging a little bit, so I've been having added resistance all this time in the water. That can't be good. So I'm gonna also work on that today. And there we go. There's a 360 back to the boat. Sad day. Went to get my toolkit out and crackers for lunch, and found out that my plastic thing with crackers in it had popped open. Luckily, most of them were still dry, but they were in the bottom of the boat. One of the things that can happen, I got to get a little bit better stuff to pack food in. Although these little blue Tupperware things did pretty good, but that's not what I had the crackers in. So I was interested in where the wheels were getting water now that I'm fully loaded. So I'm going to try this. And that's shifting up to another gear. I was looking forward to getting to this one bridge. Once I got to the bridge, there was a conservation area underneath it. That's where I was camping for the night. Except when I got here, you might hear in the background, Modoc is working on that bridge. So they're going to be here all night. I'm going to be here all night. They kind of kicked me out. Well, sent me across the river. I'm about to camp at a farmer's field. Last night was cold and wet, and part of that was my fault. I cooked some noodles in the tent and got a lot of steam in there. I didn't think about that. Anyway, I'm here. I stopped midday to make myself some coffee, which I didn't do this morning. Little breakfast / lunch. And now I'm about to take a little river shower. I'm not sure how far I've gone. Still not real good on my distances, but I'm a little over halfway at least, and this is 2.5 days in. So maybe 5 days on the Osage. I swear I'm having the worst luck with industrial stuff on this trip. First Modoc takes over my campsite last night, and now I got this guy. We're in a race, which I am winning by just a little bit. They were warming up their engines as I approached for about a half an hour, and now they took off right when I got even with them. So I am moving past them at the moment, but who knows for how long. And I like the old sayings, water, water everywhere, and nary a drop to drink. So I keep running out of water on the water. When I was on land, I could find water in any number of convenience stores, but there aren't really a lot of towns along here. So now I could boil down this stuff and drink it, but it's not great water. Yesterday some fishermen topped me up, and today I basically snuck into somebody's river camp and used their hose. So I'm okay for a little while, but I'm going to need more by the end of the day. Maybe in the future I need to take a bigger water reserve, but of course that adds weight. So we'll have to figure out how to work that one. So I kept hearing about this kind of ugly dam and lock. Decided to bypass it. So I hit the road in Waldsmith, Missouri, and came back down right on the other side of 50 near Taos. And meanwhile, I went through the town of Waldsmith, and so I ate half of this, and I'm eating the other half now. Pizza. Yeah. Washing it down. Staying at a campsite. So, cold Pepsi. Yummy. I'll be hitting the river again tomorrow morning. I'm like 10 miles from the Missouri. I think I'm just going to go pretty much just straight across. That gives me about 4 days to get back, and I think I can do that without any problems. So that's what the plan is now. This is the confluence of the Osage and the Missouri River. You see a red and green marker out there. That's the channel to go out. This little dike on the left is the divider between the two. So I have made it here. That's 76 miles on the river with a little bit of a detour. 107 on road. I'm just going to go out. The current's strong out there. I'm just going to go out, go across, go down to a place called Mokane, try to hit a ramp up down there, see if I can't get over on the Katy Trail. So this is the Missouri River, and this is where all the speedboats pull up. This is a sandbar right across from the Osage. So I pulled up here too. There I am. Kids playing. A bunch of guys just came over, checked out the boat. So I'm just going downriver a little bit to a site down here. But this is real pretty. This is probably the prettiest I've had it so far, right out here.
Another funny story. I was enjoying this sandbar and watching the speedboats go by, and all of a sudden from one of them, I hear somebody yell, "There he is!" The speedboat veers and whips up onto the sandbar, and these 5 guys jump out and come running over, and I was a little concerned. I didn't know what was going on. When I was on land the day before and I'd stopped to get pizza, I'd bought a Pepsi at a convenience store. One of these young men was the clerk, I think the one in the middle. And he had seen the Quadyak, asked me some questions about it, and then he told his friends, who didn't believe him. They believed he had seen something, just not what he was describing, a human-powered vehicle that could go on land and water. So 30 miles away, now on water, he sees me and was very happy to be able to prove to his friends that he wasn't imagining things.
So here I am on the Missouri River, and the current is definitely stronger than the Osage, but not scary strong. You know, I'm cruising along probably 3, 4, 5 miles an hour most of the time, and I'm just paddling enough to maintain steerage way. As long as I paddle, I keep the nose forward into the wind. I have a headwind, which may be slowing me down a little bit. So I've got about 3 miles to this Mokane exit ramp that I'm going to get off on. I think maybe sometime I'll come down here and just do the Missouri and the Katy. Maybe take it all the way to St. Charles. This looks like it might be more enjoyable than the Osage was. The sandbar I just stopped out would have been great to camp on, and lots of people there having fun. And so this is pretty nice, and the current's nice. I don't feel like I'm fighting all the time. I'm just moving downstream at 3, 4 miles an hour. So this will give you some idea of how fast Missouri moves. I mean, I think that's every bit of 5 miles an hour, and that's just drifting. If I pedal, I could be going 7 or 8, but I'm just drifting along right now. I only need to make it about 3, 4 miles downriver, so I'm just going to let the river take me. This has been pretty constant the whole time. There's been a couple of slack places, but this is about what you get here. Alright, so I'm off the Missouri River. I got about 2 miles to Mokane on roads. This is the ramp I just came up.
So I've reached land again in my 350-mile trip, and so that's where I'm going to end this video. I posted a video earlier of the road miles from Clinton, Missouri to Osage Beach. Then this one carries me from Osage Beach to this ramp on the Missouri River, all the water miles. And next will be all the trail miles on the Katy Trail going back to Clinton. I've been thinking I might do a fourth video, an epilogue to this trip, kind of detailing some of the problems I ran into, some of the things I learned, that sort of thing. So now enjoy some of the still photos I took along the way. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I know everybody says that, but I really would especially like if you guys would comment and tell me what you like about these videos, what you think I should do better, any other subjects you want me to cover about the Quadyak. I would love to hear from you all. And if you know people who are interested in this kind of adventure travel and backwoods stuff, please share my videos to them as well. Thank you very much. I'm Randy Ridings, and this is the Quadyak.